Good day everyone and welcome to a special edition of Space Engineers. So today we are going to follow ourselves in a world that is absolutely ridiculous. This is the resupply port. So what I'm going to do is tell you exactly how this works, what this is. I'm going to create a link in the description here, so check the link in the description for this ship. But what is this ship, do you ask? Well, this ship is a combination of a lot of different factors. So if you go to the inventory, just to start, you can start off by seeing that it's got a lot of ammunition in it. It's got 1,000 of that, 1,000 of that, 1,000 of this, 1,000 of that, 1,000 of this, 1,000 of every kind of ammunition. It's got 700,000 uranium. It's got everything you would need. It's even got a whole bunch of these bottles, so if you wanted a couple of these bottles just to get things going, it's all there. It also has oxygen tanks, so we've got oxygen tanks over here. It's got oxygen generators, so it's generating oxygen as it goes. It has solar panels, so you can charge up your thing. It over on the back, as you can see, it's got tons of reactors, so we've got the ability to basically recharge any ship that you want. It looks like garbage, but this will allow you to take a ship that you have in survival and be able to retrofit it and put stuff in it so that you can actually continue your game. So let's say, for example, I wanted this ship, or this ship here. Let's take this one. I haven't retrofitted it yet. It is not there. You know what? Let us take just a regular fighter. Copy the clipboard. Boom. Okay, we've got this fighter. That's all fine and dandy. I look inside of it. Let's make sure that it doesn't, let's see. It didn't have all of this ammo, so where's the person? So boom, it's not full. It doesn't have enough uranium. It doesn't have everything that it needs. So what this will allow us to do, if I can find it, where the hell did it go? I'm right here, right? Yeah, there it is. So it allows me to basically take anything that I want. I'm going to throw it right in front here, and we'll actually go inside of the other ship. Yeah, I did put it on. Let's go in here. Let's take a look. And we need to find a connector. Boom, found a connector. Let's move ourselves into position. And we are going to connect. And what this is going to do is going to automatically deposit. Get it right in there. Boom, hit the parking. Everything now is going to be going in there. So that you see that there was that cockpit. Where was the cockpit before? Cockpit is connected one. Large reactor, oxygen tanks. So the oxygen tank is being filled up. The large reactor now has 1,000. Okay, so how did it get back? Well, it was always at 1,000. But where is the connected cockpit? Let's go here. The fighter cockpit now has backup to 10. So how did that work exactly? So let's put this in here and see if it pulls it and draws it out from. I don't think it actually draws it out from this side. So I may have to. Oh, it already did. Yeah, it's gone. Okay, so what is happening here? This is what's happening. This has got a programmable block, so you don't have to worry about anything like this, but this is Izzy's Inventory Manager, and it basically does all the scripting and everything for you automatically. So it's going to take everything here as a low priority. It's saying, okay, yeah, this is here. It's going to try to store everything into these bins as is, and anything that it connects to, it is now going to check. So if I take a look at my inventory, and I go to the control panel, for example, let's go to cargo. So the small cargo, I put in these special words here. P, max, and special. So priority is maximum, and it's a special sort of priority signal. So it's not ores or ammo or ingots or anything like that. What it'll do is you go into the custom data, and when you connect to the ship, it will populate this automatically. And what you can do is then find something that you want to have prioritized in there, and it will store it for you. So let's say we wanted to have some 43 millimeter. Oh, look, it's already there. Let's say we wanted to have only one in that box. So boom. So now if we go into this container and we look at a cargo pod that is only connected to us, there it is there. It only has one, although it can only fit one anyways. I could also set it so that it can fit 0, or it can have all. And what I do is I click in here and I find the type of ammo that I've got for the weapons that I have, and I select all. And that means it's going to fill it up to the maximum. Now I've done the same with the reactor. So if I go to the reactor, my large reactor here, PMAX special, okay, custom data, I only want 1,000 uranium in it. Okay, now if you look at the bottom right-hand corner there, it says I got 16 days. So if I unhook, I got 111 days of some pretty decent time in this ship. So it's actually not going to do, even if I'm like full thruster, still 10 days. And that, remember, that's 10 days of like real actual time. So it's going to be a long time before I ever need anything ever again. So let's go back down to the ship and retro. So essentially what it is that you're going to take this ship and you're going to take this, you got to blueprint it. You're going to copy it, just paste it in anywhere. Boom. Oh, PCU limits reached. Okay, fine. So you're going to paste this in as is, and that's it. This is all ready to go. The only thing you need to do is take your little ships, and you need to go into the K menu. You can connect to it via any panel or anything like that. And you got to find all of anything that has a sort of inventory. So reactor. Okay, P-max, meaning it's a maximum priority. Special, even if you spell it incorrectly, or if you don't capitalize it, it will automatically, and you'll take a look at this, it's going to automatically, when it's connected, find it, and then you're going to be able to connect to it. That's taking way too long. Let me just go over here quickly. It's not very good at going down, better at going up. This ship, however, is really good, as you can see. Maneuverability, even though it's this massive behemoth, I put some massive thrusters on it, so that's why. So go and throw ourselves right there. Dock. Now that I've hit that, we can go back in here. And you can see that it has taken, it was the reactor. Yeah, so if the case tense is not right, it is going to detect that and say like, oh, hey, there it goes. Yeah, see, it takes it and it tells you at what percentage it's got. So the reactor is actually 100% full. So what is actually in that reactor? Well, I probably filled that small reactor up to the max, but it's only 125. So that's like my backup reactor, and then there's the main one. And I've only got 1,000 in there because, let's be realistic, 12 hours of flight, we're not going to be done in a session. And the whole idea behind this is so that you can have a ship that is fitted to have the ammunition that you need, because this has all of them, and it has all of the uranium, all of the oxygen, all of the hydrogen, so that you can basically go in here. So if you can still here, look at the bottom there now. In the bottom, if you look right down here, you can see that my oxygen is high because my system is now filled up with oxygen. Now if you go to the oxygen tank, you also in here. If you go to the oxygen tank in your ship, in the K menu, boom, you want to make sure that it is actually inputting. So you want to take stockpile on. So if you put stockpile on, look at how quickly this is filling. All right, so that's stockpiling. Okay, do we have any hydrogen tanks? Hydrogen tanks. That is all. There we go. These are the ones that are on my ship, and I want to stockpile in there, stockpile in there. So now these are going to be stockpiling as best as it can. And then as soon as I've stockpiled up to 100%, let's go. Let's just type in tank, T-A-N-K. So we got oxygen tank, so that's now full. We can turn the stockpile off. Still at 100%. It is still outputting. It is doing what it needs to do. But I'm going to have all the oxygen that I'm ever going to need, and there's not much, I don't think there's much weight to oxygen. Same with these things. Turn the stockpile off, and you can then disconnect, and then you can go on your very merry way. One thing to note as well, your cockpit is actually a very good inventory spot for items. So like, for example, the fighter cockpit, it's got a lot. Let's go to the inventory here. It's got 1,000 liters compared to, like, let's say a small cargo container. So a small cargo container only has like 125 liters of space, whereas your fighter cockpit will have 1,000 liters. So this will carry 10 versus the 1, and then each of your cannons could have a multitude. And so what happens is you don't have to do this for your cannons, and I'll tell you that right now. So let's say the auto cannon, you can notice that these auto cannons, I don't have anything attached. I don't have any tags or anything, so it's not detecting anything because I don't need to. Automatically, the game is going to try to pull from the adjacent inventories that are connected. As long as you're connected via all those ports, then you should have no problem. And then once you disconnect, you're good to go. And that's it. Like, that is all we're gonna need in order to make this game function properly, instead of using the like commands. And if you want, you could save the ship as is. So you can now go into here, and let's say you made a blueprint of this before. Okay, so you can go copy. So now you got to copy, hitting the F10 menu, find your ship. Let's take that one, and you hit replace, and then you can click hit replace, and it says, okay, you want to replace this clip. You hit yes. Then after, you hit publish, and it's going to override the original published item on this ship here. So whatever you copied in the clipboard, it should now be on there. So there, that is as simple as it gets. So now we're going to have the ability to actually resupply our ships, and I'm going to put this in the description. This is actually going to be a pretty decent resupply port, and there's really nothing to it. It's automated. It does everything for you. It's going to recharge everything. So if you've got a ship that's completely made out of batteries, this thing will recharge it as well. So this is going to be available to us at the start of any of our sessions and our encounters. It's also going to be available to anybody that just wants to do it in advance. So if you want to paste this into your world and then just get this going, have a bunch of these ships kind of preloaded, ready to go. So all you can do is just like take a blueprint and paste it in, and then you should be fine. So there we have it. This is a way for us to mitigate the loss of hydrogen, oxygen, all that other stuff. Thank you for watching, and we'll chat with you next time.